Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from LastStandGamers, and welcome. Now, in front of me is a simple asteroid. You see them pretty much everywhere, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can make some extremely nasty asteroid traps. Now, the first one I'm going to show you is extremely simple. It's what I call the pop-up trap. Now, you need a little bit of bait, and in this case, we have a gold asteroid. And we're going to use this small Henry ship as a little bit of an example of what's going to happen if we can actually get it to rotate into the right position. So we're going to rotate that around, and we're just going to send this drifting gently across this asteroid area like so. So we'll move our camera and we'll release. So you can see these turrets have become instantly built, and then they decide to target. That turret has yet to find an actual target itself. And poor little Henry has been eliminated. The most fun thing about this, though, is if these turrets are damaged. So say, for instance, that someone engages these turrets. Like, for instance, I'll just delete it to actually demo how that would happen. So let's find ourselves a small block and then delete these turrets once we can actually get ourselves into that position. So we've got the block and we click delete. It's instantly welded back into position. These are extremely nasty and great for protecting valuable resource areas or just completely catching your enemy off guard. Now, if we go inside, I'll show you how to do this. So simply, you just want to mine yourself in, and you're going to build yourself a contraption like this. In this current form, it is not wired up, but it's very easy to wire up. You can simply add the pipes to the back of this little system at the back here and connect them up to a cargo container in the center. So we've got the cargo container there, and that's just supplying ammunition to the turrets. On the back of these welders, you can just have a few parts, so you can build a few of these Gatling gun turrets. You can even cut this down to one welder if you wanted. So you can see the welder is actually mounted on a small ship just to make it a little bit more compact and extremely easy. Now, that's a simple trap. Let's get to something that's a little bit more advanced. So now we have another great little asteroid trap. This is something I like to call the Crusher. We have a giant asteroid here. We have ourselves a little bit of visible bait. So the visible bait is going to draw our player or our friend into the asteroid to do some mining. So I'll demo exactly what's going to happen here. We've got our little ship. He sees the asteroid. He sees the little bit of gold in there. He wants that gold, and he's going in there. So he cruises in there towards the gold in that area, and he becomes crushed. Well, that was just the basic version. That did no damage to him. It was just a little bit of a harmless joke with a friend. If you do this correctly, though, you could use a landing gear. So let's reconfigure this, and I'll use it as a landing gear to stick him to the trap, like a Venus flytrap thing. It'll be fun. Whatever I do, I'll show you. So let's take this trap to the next level. Since we've added some landing gears in there, we should get a ship sticking to it and then getting rammed into the floor. That should be quite a fun little alternative. So we'll cruise this guy through. There we go. Give him a bit of speed. Maybe he's gone too fast. And he should magnetically attach and then be forced into the ground, like so. So the ship has been disabled to some ability. Underneath here, we might just add some grinders. Maybe add a grinding pit of death. So we actually push this guy down into a pit of grinders. Or we could even build a cavern with the cavern walls hidden with grinders on the inside. So as the cavern narrows where he tries to mine the gold at the end, we could have ourselves a very nasty grinding situation. Let's build it. Let's try what happens. So we've quickly just set up what I just talked about. Is a very unsuspecting little hole with the walls actually hollowed out both sides, and we've got grinders in there. There's another great little trap for your friends and your enemies alike. We've got the gold on the outside to lure them in, and for instance, let's just use this small drone. Maybe it's reconning the area before they send in a mining team, and we don't want them to report back with what they find in this area. So as we approach, we're just gonna insert him in here. Oh god, that's brutal. He's not making it out of that alive. Oh, actually he has. Imagine that returning back to the station though. It's like, okay, what happened? He went in a mining area and he came back in pieces. So the grinders are actually still on. The grinders actually activated a little bit early in that case. I might need to turn off the sensor, make it a little bit lower. But let's just watch that again to see what happens. See if this drone particularly makes it out. I didn't think he'd make it out of them grinders, but the grinders do tend to bounce the parts around. So this second drone's going in. He seems alright. And then he gets to the end to get the gold. And oh, he's getting really thrown around this one. Oh, there we go, and he's sent on his way again. So let's just give that one more go. So we'll turn this guy around and we'll send him in. Now, you could probably duplicate this on a larger sort of scale. Oh god, he's just stuck exactly still where he was. Let's see if we can give him a little bit of promotion to go in there. Oh, look at that. It's so brutal. Unless he gets stuck in the entrance like that. Let's send a second ship in to investigate what happened to the first one. Give him a little bit of a nudge. I can just imagine the panic on someone's face if they drove inside one of these holes just to do some mining. And next minute, all these grinders start up on the walls. You can't see the grinders at all. And a 20-30 minute ship that you've been building goes down the drain in seconds. Or it even comes out in scrap parts like we saw that first drone come out in. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to include you in this little bit of a mess around project that I was doing today. And if you've got any other ideas for amazing sort of asteroid traps, maybe some trap doors, maybe some areas of how we can steal an enemy's ship and keep it fully operable, maybe like a giant magnetic landing gear that comes down, clamps it, and then kills the pilot. I don't know. We'll have to experiment more. Anyway, let's thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.